On Monday, I reported that my business was finally approved for the increase in EIDL funds. And today, I can report the money is finally in my bank. But what about everybody else that's been totally shafted? And why did we not get the full amount of the $2 million that was promised to all businesses? All this and more in today's video. Hello and welcome to the Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. I'm a tech entrepreneur, real estate investor, author, YouTuber, paramedic, helicopter pilot, and Bonnie and Clyde are, I don't know where they are. Can't quite see them from here. They're here somewhere. For anyone that missed Monday's video, here's a very quick recap of the status of the SBA EIDL program. There's been so much that happened in basically the past 2 years, so let me give you a very quick overview so we're all on the same page. Back on March 27, 2020, Congress passed the CARES Act, which, as you know, provided an up to $2 million emergency loan for small businesses in need, and a $10,000 advance grant to kind of help cover some of the expenses until the full loan had been processed. We all know what a complete cluster this had turned into. Part of it was the SBA's fault, part of it was Congress's fault, and part of it was all the scumbag scammers out there totally screwing it up for the rest of us. Initially, we were one of the first businesses in our area to apply for EIDL, and we were approved for the loan. Not the full $2 million as per the law, but a reduced amount due to the SBA's unilateral decision to just cap the loans at $150,000. At the end of Monday's video, I said that we had our fingers crossed that funding would be here soon. Well, the very next day when I checked my bank balance, I saw a deposit from the SBA for $349,900. That was a very pleasant surprise to wake up to, because I figured it was going to take a few weeks. Now, some of you may be wondering, wait a second, I thought it was $500,000. Well, yes, it is and it isn't, but let me explain. Remember, this is a loan increase, not a brand new loan. The SBA increased our initial EIDL loan from the previous $150,000 cap to the $500,000 cap, which of course, basic math means $500,000 minus $150,000 equals $350,000. Now, this is also minus the $100 processing fee, which the SBA charges you, and technically that means that we paid our processing fee twice. But honestly, out of all of the aggravation we and millions of other businesses have faced over the 18 plus months, who really cares about $100? I'm very happy and thankful to receive the funds that I have. Of course, this is still the $500,000 cap, and it's not the $2 million cap that technically we were all entitled to. And I cover this all on Monday, so I won't rehash it all over again. We will take this money and we are going to invest it in hiring more staff for our Virginia office. Of course, our business, just like pretty much everybody else in the United States, currently having difficulty finding new employees. Are you guys having the same problem? Comment down below and let me know what has worked and what hasn't worked for you finding more employees. Now, back on the SBA, there is no excuse for how long the SBA took to approve this loan increase. And in my opinion, it just goes to show how the government is utterly incapable of handling even the most basic of tasks. Take the PPP in comparison, where this program was up and running through private sector lenders within a few weeks. Of course, there were some hiccups the first week or two, but within a month, pretty much all these problems had been ironed out, and businesses had the money they needed in their banks. Overall, the PPP program was a success, whereas the EIDL has been a complete and utter failure. The only real lingering problem in some cases for the PPP is the SBA's delay in processing those PPP forgivenesses. Some lenders are still complaining about this issue. So once again, the SBA is the problem in both cases. Now let's go back to the grant side of EIDL. Our business was not approved for either of the EIDL grants. While our business is located within the low-income neighborhoods, we did not have enough business loss to qualify. Now this sucks, but at the same time, I guess if we did have enough loss to qualify, then that $10,000 would not have helped us in the slightest because we would be far deeper in a hole. I know many of you have fought very hard to get your grants and loans. From reading all the previous comments on other videos, it looks like some of you are finally starting to get your money. Comment down below and let me know what the status is. Have you been approved? Have you received your funding? Did you get the loan? Did you get just the grant? Did you get both? What's your status? Also, as we know, the federal government has already allocated trillions of dollars and is proposing spending trillions more on various programs. But sadly, none of these programs were designed to help small business owners. In fact, most of them are just going to only make things worse. I covered this all in last week's video as well, so you should check that out. And while the media is hailing these spending packages as great for the financially disadvantaged, anyone with even a basic middle school math and economics education knows that the money will eventually all funnel to large, multi-billion-dollar companies. And down the road, this is just going to go down in history as one of the most significant transfers of wealth from working middle-class people to the ultra-rich. Together, we can stand up and make a difference. And that is by stop buying cheap plastic crap from China and instead purchase goods and services from local businesses located within the United States. The sad thing is, this is a very challenging task. And I'll be honest, I'm currently waiting on 3 boxes of products coming from China right now. And this was to build my new portable camera rig for use on our Open for Business 2022 helicopter tour. I know, it kind of sucks. I'm trying to support US businesses and I'm using Chinese components. But unfortunately, these products were only made in China. There's no US companies that make the specific gear that I needed. I looked. So I guess this is kind of the long way of saying I understand. As consumers, we're limited in what products are made in the US for our purchases. All I ask is that we all try to do our best. Look for products that were made here and purchase them whenever possible. Last week, I put out a video of holiday gift ideas from American-owned companies. You should check that out. And finally, don't forget to check out my website, www.open4business, and register your business today. We've already covered this a bunch, so I'm just going to kind of gloss over it, but it's our small business awareness campaign where myself, Aubrey Janik, Jamel Gibbs, Minority Mindset, Investment Joy, Rod Squad, Kenny Keller, Mark Moss, Christine Otia, Air Force Major, C.W. Lemoyne, better known as Mover, and others will be flying around the country in a helicopter trying to bring more awareness to your small businesses. If you want me to land the helicopter at your small business, there's a couple little small spots still on our flight plan that we may be able to land at. So go to the website and register. And if you happen to be next to one of our flight plan spots, it'll work out perfect. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click like and subscribe. Doing so really helps the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it, as do Money and Clyde, that